Well, since U.S. President Donald Trump reimposed sanctions on Iran, its future economic and diplomatic relationship with Europe has become uncertain. Well, in an exclusive interview with Euronews, the Iranian Foreign Minister said that Iran needs to hear less talk and have more action from Europe. Here's that report from Saeed Jafari.
What we need from the Europeans is both the political commitment, which they have made. Now we need to see the measures in place on the ground, not simply in writing, not simply in words, in the banking sector, in the investment sector, in the energy sector, in the transportation sector, in the SME sector.
Well, our Paris correspondent Annelise Borges has got the European reaction on this view. Annelise, good to see you there. Now, European leaders, they were scrambling to save that Iran nuclear deal after Donald Trump, he effectively tore it to pieces. Where does that leave the relationship with Iran now, and what's at stake?
Well, as you said, Tessa, what Iran wants Europe to do is less talking and more action. And what the Iranian foreign minister was talking about was really translating Europe's commitments into action with regards to Iran. Of course, Europe has been Iran's most vocal ally with regards to that nuclear deal since the U.S.'s decision to pull out of it. The other signatories, including, of course, Germany, France, the UK, but also China and Russia, have vowed to stay in the deal. But, of course, what they haven't really come up with is a good reason for their companies to stick to Iran. Several companies are now very scared of those U.S. sanctions that are expected to be reinstated next month. And EU leaders have been scrambling to put together an economic plan to convince their companies to stay there, but including even Peugeot and Total have already cut back their investments in Iran for fear of compromising their business deals with the U.S. So what Iran is trying to say here is that, one, their patience is running thin, and they're urging Europe to step up to the task and exert all their power and influence in the Middle East and in other sectors as well. Take a listen to what the Iranian foreign minister had to say.
I believe generally Europe is underestimating its power and its influence. We believe that it should be more active in regional peace and security, in international peace and security, as well as in promoting greater cooperation and dialogue.
For several corporate leaders here in Europe, this nuclear deal is already dead, Tessa. But the reality is, it really is in life support at the moment. And now Iran is clearly urging European leaders to do more, and also with regards to the deal, but also with regards to other sectors in the Middle East and in the world, to try and counter U.S. influence in several sectors.